With a first down carry. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. You hate that for him. He gets so close on the big run, but has him in excellent position.
And I know there's plenty of competitive spirit on the defensive side of the ball, but part of me wonders if they would have just preferred him to go ahead and take it into the end zone rather than dealing with him again on a likely carry on this down.
Mixon is in. Touchdown, Bengals. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And this is caught by Evans. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 42. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Watson now to throw. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers. Now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. On first down, Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And the ball is knocked out.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. After the pick 6, here's Burrow again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Flush to his right. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Here we go. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
After the interception, here's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Watson. Pushes past him. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now it's Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. These two teams all tied after one. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To the air yet again, Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have moved out in front. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Palardy now on to punt as he sends this one away. Yards the tally on the return there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here. Touchdown! Amari Cooper halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Browns have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. York on now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. His throw incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now whistles and a flag. Bengal got going a little early there. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Bengals are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Here we go. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw is Watson. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Watson off play action. Eluding the pressure right. And he finds McLaurin. There's the stiff arm. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Watson looks to throw again. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Everson Griffin. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Bengals with work to do in this 3rd quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
On 1, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And space tough to come by there, as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here Here's Michael Palardy now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Watson. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
Watson to Njoku there for the Cleveland first. Now Watson. He's going to have to hook up to Schwartz. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Watson now to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the 3rd quarter. Another big play right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And yet again, it's McLaurin. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Trey Hendrickson, his 2nd sack of the night. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play. Multiple plays that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. JPP cruising in for the sack that time. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Burrow will throw. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack count. Under pressure, they got him again. Myles Garrett bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before you get the first down.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. We're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
A throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Evans. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Myles Garrett make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
From the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
line. Ready? 11 MT tight. 11 MT tight. 11 MT tight. 11 MT tight. Stop.
They'll run with Mixon, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll run on first down with Evans, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here.
Well, on one side it is, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in